Hello, this is Fuzzy Wingman, and today I'm doing more kill team, obviously, but I'm going to be using some Deathwatch that I painted like camo because, hey, they're supposed to be the best of the best, might as well make them a little bit more sneaky instead of just like, I'm the best of the best and I'm just going to get shot up because black is not a naturally occurring color sometimes in the environment. But anyway, they look cool. I like their schemes. I'm going to be adding more to it because I've already got some more models primed. The same green prime that these guys were primed with. So I just got to do some green streaks, get some details, and then, you know, hit them with the wash and then base them. So, yeah. They're ready. I'm using the Kill Team Manual, where we have a mission there already. And I'm going to kind of look at deployment zone sizes. I just got a math. Center is 15. So they say 7 inches from there. That's 8 inches. So they have 8 inches from there. And they're like 8 inches from here to there, which I think because this could be 22, that's 11 for half, so they just have to be beyond 3 inches. Cool, so they have beyond 3 inches from this edge, 8 inches in, so it's a lot of space here still. But who wants which side? 8 inches puts them pretty good. That's a lot of space there. Well, not as much space. I think this has a little bit more space. And I think Deathwatch uses that to their advantage, because they can send some melee people into these tighter core spaces because there's going to be an objective in each space. So they can use the open area to hold it themselves with their stand ground troops. But their melee guys can come in here and slaughter in this tighter corner. So, Deathwatch chooses that side. This side will be for Tempestus. And Tempestus will get to deploy the first model. Correction. It's now objective placement, since that happens in each deployment zone. And has to be... Wait, did it say greater than 6 inches? So it has to be 6 inches away from the board. They only have... But it still has to be in a deployment zone? Yes. It still has to be in the deployment zone, but 6 inches away from the board. So basically they have a 2-inch window here, which is not even that long because, as I said, you still have to be 6 inches here too. So yeah, it's like a 10-inch window. Yeah, basically they have like 10 inches, 2 inches thick around this area. Wow, this is stupid. They're thinking of just sticking it in there, because they can't really stick it anywhere else that's somewhat in cover. This objective is right here. So you're still nice and obscured, but you're not going to be like this objective where you can hold it and hide behind these crates. Oh yeah, you may notice there are more crates than normal. This one's freshly painted, and this one's freshly painted. Technically, this green one was built at the same time as these two, but this one was painted first because weather was good to paint this guy, weather was terrible for these two. In fact, for a while, these two would as I would touch them, I would get paint all over me. But the wash basically sealed in that loose paint. Alright. To Team Tempestus, who are they going to deploy? They have this up to 8 inches. So, I'm going to put someone... At least get some sight lines to shoot at things. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. You'll be up here. Actually, you'll be over here. Actually, no. He's going to start here. He'll move up. They want, like, the assault people to have some space to deploy up here and get over things and start moving fast. For the next model holding the objective, I'll put... You know, people will have their feet blocked, so they'll kind of hold the line. He doesn't fully care that he's going to be back here, so he's... Boom. Another hold the line. And he's there. Another to hold the line. Might as well put him up front as much as possible. To there. Yep, that's the edge of the base to edge base. They'll kind of hide this guy. They think they need someone hidden. And we'll be ready to join the fray up in the front. Let's see here. 8 inches, that's pretty good. Alright. Put a melta like that. Can't see him as well, but he's going to go from here and obviously start running forward because, you know, he can get through some covers pretty decently. And he has an assault weapon, so he can advance and shoot as much as he wants. The other 3 scions are going into reserve. The Tempestor, the Vox caster, and the plasma rifle. So that's deployment. Round 1. And now, initiative. Oh yeah, I'm going to keep green as the Tempestus. And since, you know, hey, these guys are supposed to be kind of black, I was like, you know what? There. But either way, initiative goes to Team Tempestus. That actually will help them for end of movement phase deployment of the specials. So they're saying here to hold the line. Ready. No, I'll ready that guy up too. And now this guy will advance. Do they want to spend a command point to re-roll that? This is the movement phase. They will have to spend a command point to drop people in, though. Well, let's see here. That's his normal. You normally move up to here, so he's not going to gain much more by. So he's just going to go to there instead. Because he might at least get blocked a bit from that. And I'll mark him as run kind of thing. Well, he's sort of fired. He takes -1 to his shot roll, so he can still fire, but he can't do that properly. Let me grab a different token. Yeah, he will actually get the advanced token. Due to the fact that I actually can fire his weapon. Okay, Deathwatch moving time. Not everything is normal. Well, the watch sergeant still has a rifle. So let's move the other two first that definitely want to move it up. I hadn't realized that the assault cannon was... The frag cannon was an assault weapon. He could literally advance and still fire it normally. Jesus Christ. So yeah. The guy with the jump pack, can move 12 inches. With the keyword fly. I'm just going to do the smart thing. Jump over there and have no one see him. No one can see him. And he didn't even advance, so, he's just there. He can shoot at anyone who pops forward. So that's cray-cray. And then there's the black shield. He's got a normal movement of 6 inches, so he will advance because, he's got nothing better to do. Okay, he's gonna go whopping 7. Thwomp, thwomp, thwomp. I feel like these sandbags will just burst apart with his running like that. Here's the thing. He doesn't know if he wants to get in view to shoot at people because he would be like the only one that could shoot. I don't even know if they could shoot at those two. No, this thing blocks this entire area, so these guys currently have nothing to shoot at. It also means these guys might only have him to shoot at. Let's see here. Yeah, 6 inches could put him right here. He remains out of sight. So he'll move up to be on the objective and start shooting at that guy, and he'll move up. There are a lot of shots that basically no one can make. He can go to crack rounds and then he'll be able to do better. But it also depends on what happens when Team Tempestus spends their 1 point to drop 3 scions in. Has to be greater than 5 inches. Okay, so the Tempestor can go up here. Plasma and comms will go over here. There. Nice and in cover. So, they're there now. We move on to the shooting phase. Deathwatch could spend 2 points to shoot first. Do they believe in their weapons? Well, first they gotta see what weapons they can use. They have combi-plasma, which... Alright. Well, let's see. What's the range? Because he's within the range of that weapon. Woo! Yeah, they'll spend the 2 command points to fire first because Tempestus can't. So he's now going to fire his frag cannon frag round. His target is that because he's the only one within range. So the other model can't be shot at even, regardless of how many shots. It's 2d6 shots. 4, and you can't re-roll the dice to determine how many shots, so he's just stuck with 4 shots. But hey, it's 4 shots. This weapon automatically hits its target, so whatever, 4 hits. Strength 6, so 2's to wound. 4 wounds at AP -1, so 4 5-up saves for that scion and over there. Failed 3 of them. But it's still 1 dice for the injury roll. And he's obscured. And they have no command points to reroll anything. So, injured. And now the scions fire. Or Team Tempestus can now fire. Alright. He's choosing his main target as him. I mean, he's going to split shots. So he's going to put a shot there and a shot there. Comms will add 1 to his shot roll. He is the sniper, so he already rerolls 1s. So he will give him the order, bring it down, so he can reroll wound rolls of 1. And he's overcharging. So he's injured, but the comms will remove that. So it would still be 3s to hit. Does he want to spend a command point to make it 2s to hit? No, he'll keep it at 3s to hit. So he'll fire the first shot on this guy. 3 to hit. Reroll 1s. Hits. Since he overcharged, it's 2, right? Deathwatch isn't higher toughness. Yeah, they're T4. So it's 2 to wound. Reroll 1s because of the order to bring it down. Wounds. AP -3. Failed it. 2 damage. Killed this guy. And now the 1 shot on this guy. 3 to hit. So hits. 2 to wound. It wounds. AP -3. 6-up save. Failed it. Damage 2 goes through. And now injury roll is dead. It may be good, but they're still Space Marines with the problem of plasma just destroys them. Yep, they were 1 wound apiece anyway at the moment. I'm suspecting that potentially when this video comes out, that there could have been an update to make them 2 wounds, but for Kill Team, that's all hearsay at this time, so that's only my suspicion. It's not guaranteed. Alright. Let's see here. Bolt pistol. There's no range there, so he can't even shoot at that guy, and he can't shoot back. And he can only shoot at this guy within range. And it's a bolt gun with special issue ammo. So which ammo does he want to fire? And so he'll get 2 shots. You can make it so he hits on 3s and wounds on 3s. Hits on 4s, wounds on 2s. Okay, let's see here. So how far away was he? If I try to do vengeance rounds, I have to subtract 3, and it'll be subtract 6, and it'll become 18, which means he actually will not be in rapid fire range. But he can instead do crack rounds and still be within the double tap range, and then he'll be AP -1. So he'll do that one. So 2 shots, 4s to hit because obscured. Both hit. 3s to wound, because strength 4 versus toughness 3. 1 wound. AP -1, so 5 up save for him. He saved it. Can this guy even take a long range shot? He can. He might as well. It's gonna be obscured in long range, so 5 to hit. It hits. Strength 3 versus toughness 4, so 5 to wound. What do you know? Doesn't wound. Oh. Amazingly, this guy's not obscured because of this incline on there. He just is open from model to model. He could shoot at that guy without the obscure penalty, but it's still long range and the guy advanced. So it's still 5 to hit, but he's still going to fire a meltagun 5 to hit. Doesn't hit. No need to reroll that. No one else has targets. So morale phase, Deathwatch has lost 2 out of their 5, so they're not on a break test yet. The Tempestus only had 1 guy get wounded. So that's okay so far. Nothing's really... Morale phase is whatever. Round 2. Who has the initiative? Oh, clearly the Deathwatch. He's going to jump back in and declare charge on... Well, who could he be within 1 inch of? Technically, he'd be within 1 inch of all 3 of these if he's right there. So he's declaring a charge on all 3 of these. No one can see him, so obviously he just does his charge distance of 9. He's well within. And confirm. Yep, he's within 1 inch, so he's got all 3 of these. He's beyond 1 inch for that guy. And obviously that guy. So he is in. He's going to declare charge on... Well, I guess... I mean, he might as well declare charge on all 3 of these? No, he can't technically be within 1 inch of that guy. So just these 2. That's a distance. That's a hefty distance. Well, he might as well run it. Actually, he doesn't might as well run it. There's a guy here that could do shooting things, and he could shoot first. I mean, granted, the guy might ready up, but, you know. He can get his body more in there so he can take shots at the guy, too. He doesn't think this guy's going to stop him, and these 3 are in a bad shape. He's just thinking he's just going to declare charge on this Melta. And this Melta's just going to overwatch. He's just like, why not? Maybe I'll hit. Nope. Oh yeah, command points. Deathwatch is now at 2. Tempestus are at 3. So his charge distance on this Melta. God. They will re-roll this. Spend a command point to re-roll that. Because that is a crap roll. Oh, look at that. You can actually be on the other side of the guy so you can slice and then keep running. Team Tempestus time. Well, this guy is actually going to move over here. So that way, when this guy potentially wins, he can't 3-inch consolidate and be on him already. You know what? This guy's going to hold the line. He's going to fire into that guy and try to do his job. And these guys have the right idea and go for the objective that's now open. She's going to advance. Ooh, alright. 3, and then 3, and 3, and 1. Alright, orders can only still be applied to those two. And, well, there's really no one to shoot at. But they at least have the enemy objective, which could be good, but the enemy might get their objective next turn. So shooting phase, starting with Deathwatch. These guys can't really see anything anyway, and he can only really shoot at this guy. He can't see this guy, so he can only shoot this guy. This time he could do the vengeance round, so why not? 2 shots, forced to hit. 1 hit, he'll leave that as 1. Because it's still going to be 3 to wound. He doesn't wound that, so he's going to spend a command point to reroll this, because, there he gets his wound. And now it's AP minus 2, so it's a 6-up save for that scion, who fails it. They're not even going to spend a command point to reroll that. Injury roll. And they have to live with that, so flesh wound. Alright, and this buddy blocks his view, so it's 2 shots, obscured, flesh wound, so 5s to hit. So nothing. And that's shooting, so we go on to melee time. Let's start with the Black Shield. He is the combat expert. So he's going to have 4 attacks. Oh, I guess they didn't spend a command point to I didn't realize he can reroll failed charge rolls, period. So they'll gain a command point back because they didn't have to spend it to reroll his charge roll. Cool. Alright, so that's his special ability. He's got 4 attacks with the power sword, so 3s to hit. Right? Yeah, 3s to hit. So 3 hits. Strength 4 versus toughness 3, so 3s to wound. So 2 wounds at AP minus 3. What do you know? That goes through him. So injury roll. Since it's only damage 1. Well, it's a new phase. They haven't spent a reroll. They're going to spend it for this. So that will be their final command point. Okay, they still got a flesh wound. They just didn't want the guy to still be standing. He wanted to kill him and then join over there. But now he's stuck because the guy survived. Jump pack. Alright, so he's a Zealot. So he's going to add 1 to his attacks and strength characteristics. He's usually base 2 attacks. He gains 1 attack for the charge. And he has a chainsword, so he gains 1 additional attack, so he has 4 attacks. He's going to put 1 on there, and then 2 on the guy with the heavy gun. So we'll do the 2 on the heavy gun. 3s to hit. Both hit. Since he gains 1 to his strength, he becomes strength 5. However, versus strength toughness 3, that's still just 3s to wound. It didn't become 2s. But it would have been great to... Oh my god, he just failed that miserably. I was going to say that kind of attack would be great against all the Space Marines. So he's going to now do the 1 on that guy. Hits. Actually wounds. But the guy gets 4-up armor because there's no AP. Survived. And the attack on this guy, 3 to hit. Hits. Wounds, 4-up armor. This time he failed it, but they haven't spent their reroll, so they'll spend it now. Because survived. Now, every single person in melee is still there. Oh, right, this guy did fire. He just missed. So, I was like, wait a minute, this set showed he's shooting token, but no, he didn't. These two fired at each other, and that was that. So Deathwatch has done their melee. We just punch back. 1 attack, 4 to hit kind of thing. So we'll start with this guy because he's going to be 5 to hit. It's not like he's going to do anything. See? He missed. It's not like the time where he punched a corn berserker and killed it. This guy, 1 attack, 4 to hit. You know what? I'm just going to do all 3 of them together. All 3 of these guys. Because if they happen to get multiple wounds through, each one is an injury roll. And I know that. So 4 is to hit. Oh my god, all 3 people hit him. Now it's 5s to wound, so they need to do that again. Well, someone got a wound on him. We don't know which of these 3 wounded him, but someone did. But he has 3 up armor. It's not like he's gonna... There we go. It's not like he's gonna fail that. So there we go. Melee complete. Morale phase. Tempestus have 3 injured. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So they need 5 injured, out, or dead to be at more than half. Deathwatch is still at the same number that they were last time. So we just have to do rolls for people who are injured. Let's see here. What's a regular scion's leadership? Their leadership 6. Since no one's dead, if I roll a 6, they still pass. So no need to roll for Tempestus. So that means round 3. Deathwatch is at 2 command points. Tempestus is at 4. And now we roll for initiative. And this time it's Tempestus. He's going to fall back. Oh, look at that. He's in the range of orders now. So right now he's can't fire, but I can give him orders to fire. So we'll put plasma there and those guys there. He's going to ready up. Guy with flesh wound is just going to move over here. He's going to fall back. He's going to fall back. So these 2 have fallen back. He's actually going to fall back this way. So now we move on to Deathwatch. He can ready up since that's all he could do. He started this turn next to someone, so he knows he's going to get shot up. This guy could charge someone. He's going to declare charge on this guy. He knows that this guy made it so that way he couldn't charge and get to the objective. And these guys are pretty damn far. Yeah, he could barely make that charge. So he's going to charge this guy at least. This guy fell back this turn, so he can't react in any way. 7 inches. Let's get him here for max kill and move. And this guy can't do shit, since I don't even think the Black Shield has a ranged weapon. He has grenades, so he can throw a grenade. So does that mean he can ready up? Actually, no, I don't even think you can ready up if you... Let's read some rules. Well, under the falling back, it says, if that model started the movement phase, it cannot make a normal move. Instead, it can either remain stationary or fall back. And readying says, instead of making a normal move, you can ready. Well, he can't make a normal move, so they can't ready up. So that's that. So we go on to the shooting phase. Orders. Well, he doesn't need that anymore. They'll give the order for... I'll double check. I'm pretty sure they can... That order exists. I've used it before. I think it's like get back in the fight. Get back in the fight. The order move model can shoot this phase even if it fell back in the movement phase. Bum-ba-da-dum. He can now shoot as normal. But we start with readied models, which is this guy. He's going to shoot the guy who's standing on his objective. 2 shots. 3s to hit. Do they want to spend command point to reroll that? They kind of do. They want the guy standing on their objective eliminated, so they're going to get another shot out. And get 2 hits. Because they can easily get the hits, but the getting the wounds is really hard. So the more dice on wounds is good. But hey, 1 wound. AP -2, so 5 up save for that Space Marine. Failed it. They have command points. They'll spend it because, again, he is on the objective. And it's worth a lot. And he survived now. Now, non-ready models can shoot. They're actually going to start with this guy, firing into him. So he's just got an injury on him, so it's 4 to hit. It hits. 2 to wound. It wounds. He is a storm shield, so a 3 up invuln. Which they failed. They already spent a command point to reroll it, so there's nothing that they could do. It's just a meltagun, so yeah, within half. Roll 2 dice, choose the highest result. He does 6 damage to this guy. So obviously, that's enough wounds to be gone. It's just, is he dead? I would say he's very, very, very dead. So he's dead now. Melted away. He's fired. The only guy left to shoot on this side from the Deathwatch is him now, and he's going to shoot the guy who hasn't fired, who has an injury on him. 3 to hit. Hits. 3 to wound. It wounds. 4 up save for him. Oh, he could have used crack rounds or something. Either way, he failed the wound. So, injury roll. He killed that guy. That guy's dead. And I just remember there is some kind of rule that applies, I think, when you're not on your own objective. It's if your home objective is held by an opponent, which is definitely the case for both teams now, but last round it was just the Tempestus who owned it, and it didn't matter because it's only for nerve rolls. But nerve rolls are going to apply in the next round, potentially. So we'll see what happens in a moment. It's fired. I don't think they have a target anymore since their target's there and they can't see this guy. So we go on to melee, which starts with him, which he has the Xenophase sword blade, which if this guy had an invuln saves would actually suck for him. So he has 3 attacks. He's got 3s to hit. 2 hits. 3s to wound. 1 wound, but it's all he needed because it was AP -3 and it's damage 1. So goes through, removes his last wound, injury roll. They haven't spent their command point for this phase, so they're re-rolling. And still getting just a flesh wound. So he punches back. He's going to be 5s to hit because he's injured. Obviously doesn't hit. Do they want to spend their command point? Sure. Let's re-roll and see if he can get like 3 5s in a row. Hits. Doesn't wound. If he wounded, I've been like, you gotta be. He did hit him. So fire, done everything. We go on to morale phase. For Team Tempestus, now it actually matters for morale. Not a break test, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, one more injured, and there'll be a break test. But they had to do nerve checks. We'll start with this guy. That is... Wait, what does it say for... Yeah, you add 1 to nerve check rolls if the opponent owns their objective. So, they add 2 to this, actually, which makes it a 7. So he does fail, but the Voxcaster is still in the field, so he can re-roll. Now he passes. And now it's just this guy. He passes, so nerves checks complete. Deathwatch has to do a break test. They only have 2 models left. They succeed. No one's injured, so no nerve checks. Alright. Nerve checks complete. Let's get rid of these shot tokens. We go on to round 4. Deathwatch is at 2 command points. Tempestus is at 4. And now we do initiative check. Tempestus can go first. Ready, ready. Ready. And he's going to move up. He moves up. They're actually going to advance this one. Good. And that's actually kind of the roll they want. Puts them right there. So far they can't shoot because they advance, but you know, orders. And this model will fall back and put it so that way if this guy wants to charge someone, he could fly so he can go over terrain and avoid this guy. So he can actually fly over this guy. I just realized he can't actually block this model from charging people. He fell back. He can't shoot. So Deathwatch time. He's pretty much screwed. Well, they could spend the command points to make him shoot first. And he'd be able to shoot at either this guy or this guy, both of which can just obliterate him. So he's really got no good shots there. And they still have the Tempestor right there. And this guy could fly here and shoot a pistol at him, but, you know... I mean, how far away is... Yeah, he could fly far enough to be within pistol range. But then... See, that's the thing. He's pretty much has to ready up. Because the other person's objective is worth 3 points. Holding your enemy objective. So if he stays there, he can capture 3 points. Because the game could end this turn. So he has to stay there, unfortunately. Otherwise, he guarantees the Tempestus having 3 points over them. And we'll see what happens. Do they want to spend 2 command points to make sure someone fires first? They really don't. They don't think it's going to help them. So we'll start with ready models. He's going to shoot into him. 2 shots. 3's to hit. 2 hits. 5's to wound. 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves for that Space Marine. Failed them both. So, injury roll. They have a command point. They'll spend it now. To get dead. Oh yeah, orders. This one gave orders for the Emperor or whatever it's called. It's the one where you can shoot after you advance. So, She can now shoot after advancing. So there we go. There, she's going to be shooting. Other readied models. Well, this one can see this guy's hand. And also part of the forearm, so it's not like he just sees the hand. He sees the whole forearm. So, gonna definitely be like, yeah, that's good enough. 2 shots, 5s to hit because obscured. Is it long range yet? Not yet. 2 shots, 5s to hit. Nothing. Skipping this guy because he can't see anything. Now we go on to here. So, ready target's going to go fire first. We're actually going to have comms add 1 to her shot roll. So, she's going to overcharge 2 shots. He's out in the open. She has an injury. Comms adds 1, so it still ends up being 3s to hit. Reroll 1s. Alright. Within half range. We haven't had this happen yet. They get the other shot because of the Tempestus' rule. And it still hasn't been FAQ'd to say these shots don't generate more shots, which is stupid. Well, either way, 2 doesn't hit. But 3 hits, 2s to wound, 3 wounds, 3 6-up saves for that model. Failed all 3. Takes 6 damage. But, you know, the first damage 2 was enough to eliminate him. And 2 damage is dead. Alright. Team Deathwatch has been completely wiped off the board. It's not even like I took massive amount of plasma. They actually did a good job of tinking away some wounds, but they had the problem of so many people took flesh wounds and no one was dying. And then the Tempestus coming in here, clearing this entire side and then moving up was rough. Because what they cleared out was a guy with a combi-plasma, so they had their own plasma which could lay down some fire. And then obviously they took out this guy, which could lay down quite a bit of hurt. And then their melee models just didn't melee. Probably having a jump pack guy with just a chainsword is not the best in this case. But either way, it was interesting. I might do it again later with some Terminators or a more shooty version, because those specialist shoot ammunition can come in handy. But either way, things happened. Team Tempestus won. Have a fabulous day, everybody.